in the game. It's had an interesting day so far, but has run quite strongly. And is that a Bentley going slowly?
Right front, and it's the 31 car. This is the second position machine. Right front problems for the Bentley. Now, has there been a coming together? Look at where the headlights should be. That's pushed onto the Michelin tyre right front. Couldn't see if they're both white, so couldn't see if there was been any paint traded, but there's damage to the rear of that Merc as well.
The damage to the rear of the Merc happened earlier in the race, John, but certainly
there's the Bentley going past. So different parts of the world to come together, but on what odds a lapped car, because it's been the story of the day so far.
He's going slow enough to be losing positions. We haven't gone full. Look in the background for the bright orange machine. There it is. And the Bentley's just going to get out. This is going to be a race up Mountain Straight as the leader. And they're looking at the rear suspension as well. And they're still dragging bodywork. I can't believe they didn't put a bit of tape on that. That's going to have an issue with that brand new Michelin tyre. Remember, only 12 sets of... Martin Shaw, Michelle, rest of the team. Particularly impressed with Techno owner John O'Webster. It's close to FVG Hamilton. Off. Has gone. Oh, it's the Ferrari again. That's 49 car, and that's taken another blow. Benny Simonson, second time he's made a mistake here this weekend. And the Defelice home car.
6 hours and 16 minutes to get to the 1,000 Ks, which is almost exactly what they did in last year in the 1,000 in October. Now this is across the top, the race leading Nissan on the grass on the inside, passing the Porsche. And Katsumasa Chio has had an extremely big moment at 200 k's an hour at McPhillamy Park. Hold your breath stuff. Has been pretty special this stint. Yep. And he's within 30 seconds of the leader, and the Hallmark car spins and crashes on the entry to the cutting sponsored by the brand of car. The Audi cutting has claimed an Audi, and that was close for Nico Bastian.
Mark Seeley
right now, that is running second.
He's touched it! Was there a touch there? Or did he just pinch the corner?
I didn't see a touch.
Put the lotto on right now, because he's never going to be any luckier than that he didn't get collected or hit the wall. The 16 car goes sideways, and Fabian Hemprecht will have thought all of his Christmases and birthdays have come together. He's completely ruined a set of tyres and probably a set of underwear.
As we go further and deeper into this race,
it still struggles in the wall, car in the wall at the top of the hill.
That is the 69 Paul May Imperial Sport car.
Big contact too. That's where Will Bamber had his crash in qualifying yesterday in the number 77 Team NZ Motorsport Porsche. They were out of the race much earlier, and he's made hefty contact square with the wall. That was a serious exchange. Right to the metal grate. And that's
Christmases and birthdays have come together. He's completely ruined a set of tyres and probably a set of underwear as well. But he has survived, and so has the car. Now let's have a look. So Nissan goes by. It's the Bentley. Watch the Bentley. Was there a tiny little touch, or did the Porsche just pinch the corner, Krillsy?
No, it just pinched the corner. He got on that curb, so the unloaded side of the car, very light on the inside, fast bit of road. Still side by side. They need to sort themselves out through Griffin's Bend.
Spin, and it's the Mackey's car. The 88 has gone around right in the middle of the pack. Oh, that's one of the favourites in this carnage down there. It'll check up everybody in the midfield. It looks like it was just a lazy spin. Mika Sano started the 88 Ferrari, and he's gone around. Looked like he might have got a little help there. No problems for the leaders, and that's why you want to qualify up the field. That would have cut them a penalty last year, but so long as you don't gain advantage before the start line, that's being allowed now in 2016. It's all good. Everybody's playing nicely as they went up Mountain Straight for the first time, and then there's just a little bit of bumping and barging. The 75 of Garth Tandatuel right there. Oh, that was great stuff by Gizzy. Down into second for Hell Corner.
He timed that very, very well. Now this is
look in the middle of the pack here.
So watch for the red Ferrari if you can see it amongst the headlights. We'll come into shot about now.
Yeah, he got a tap. He got a tap from a Lambo, wasn't it?
Yeah, that'll be the JBS Racing number 32 car, Steve Owen behind the wheel, I'd suggest. And then there was a real traffic jam. Everyone did a very, very good job of getting out of the way. And Salo did the right thing, just jammed the brake on.
Probably right there. Keep using the hashtag B12HR. Oh, that is the BM. No, it's not. That's the Mark Cars 94 car that has gone off, and that looks to be in the first part of the chase, Krillsy. just runs straight on.
Third in class at that point.
And Jeremy McLeod at the wheel of that car, and we've got yellow flag. He's not going to drive that out of there. This will be the first deployment of the safety car.
The Bathurst Regional Council takes great pride in the depth of their gravel traps and the ability to...
Gisbergen, look in the background here, looks like there was a tyre issue or a wheel issue as the Mark Cars Australia, oh yeah, right rear as McLeod braked or maybe turned in. Let's have another look at it. Yeah, just went as he turned in there, Krilsey. That is a big moment, and he's done very well to hold on to that car. The gravel traps also doing their job, but that was a tyre issue as he turned into the fastest corner in Australian motorsport. It's going to be rising. Snatch tracks are arriving at the Caltex Chase. That was a big
Wild moment. 290 k's on the entry to the chase for these Mark Cars Australia entries. Probably 260 by the time the tyre went when he got mid-corner. Somewhere in that vicinity, depending on your fuel economy, as Jared McLeod limps the Concrete Concepts Victoria Mazda back to pit lane. Put a new right rear on that, assess the damage and send it back out. These cars were made for long distance racing, so they're quite modular. You can pull things off, put a new bit on quite simply and repair any damage very, very quickly. They've been designed to stand the test of time in a long distance motor race.
He's going very slowly, and rightly so, because he doesn't want what remains of the right rear to be thrashing around in the rear wheel arch. But at the moment, I think he's got away without any major damage. Perhaps just a bit of brake ducting that's gone awry. Oh, is he going to make it? I don't think he is. He may need the flatbed.
Three talented youngsters in this car with Nick Rowe and Bryce Full. Faster now, and they've proved throughout the weekend they've got the one lap speed to back up their long stint pace. So the Bentleys are looking very, very strong. As long as they stay in the top 6 or 7 all day, come that final hour sprint to the flag, which I guarantee you will get, they'll be in the game.
And one thing, watch when we see the onboards, just how relaxed the Bentley drivers are behind the wheel. Oh, that was side by side in the Caltex Chase there. And Rob Bell and David Russell were trading a bit of very expensive paint there. Who comes out ahead? They're still disputing it. Oh, Bell, that's broken. The 60 car has come out the worst of it. It's the left rear, and that was a touch, I'm afraid, by David Russell, sticking the big Bentley nose in where it wasn't required. Now, can Rob Bell get that car into the pit lane? The flames on the overrun, unburnt fuel out of the back of the Maggot as he comes in. That's a very good piece of driving by Newcastle-born Rob Bell. That's Newcastle-born time, of course.
Too early in the motor race for things like that to happen. Side by side, into the corner, there was no racing room, and contact was made, and that car has got damage to what I suspect is the left rear corner. So the Techno Autosport McLaren GT car crew will go to work, and the number 31 Bentley dived into pit lane as well, straight away.
Damage to the right, damage to the right front Krilsey, and I'm thinking that was a puncture there.
Yep.
But I think they may be copping a penalty for that. He was not alongside. The damage on the cars proves that one, Graham.
He leaves the pit lane just as Rob Bell gets in, crabbing badly down pit lane. But Rob Bell's done very, very well indeed to get the car back.
Well, he's right underneath us, and you can see that the left rear wheel is not pointing where it needs to be.
So the Bentley did come in, they did do a right front change, that was a puncture. They also put some fuel in it now.
Heads up driving from the McLaren works driver.
With Mara Engel pit road and Marky Mapelli, Rick Kelly goes through to take the lead in the Nismo Athlete Global Nissan GTR.
So the last year's leaders are back in, but also pit stop, remember. They've got a couple of 3 laps to do, possibly. Here comes this battle, and they will get through and around and go past the cars on the lid. It's a long, long pit stop here because of the fuel flow regulations. New tyres as well for the Erebus car. That's not double stinting. It's rubber in this first run round the mountain. Here's Van Gisbergen.
They put the car down without the tyre on.
They're missing the left rear. They've got to get back up on the air jacks. It's costing valuable time. They've had a driver change as well. Austin Cindric now behind the wheel of that car. So Maro Engel jumps out. This squabble between the two McLarens continues, and Shane Van Gisbergen goes through. Rob Bell wasn't real kind to the black McLaren, but looked after his teammate, no problems. And Van Gisbergen goes through. That will be for track positions. earlier on in the weekend, and he was pretty happy with life about the equipment that they had for the weekend. So this is the move. Luffy just squeezed offline there on entry, and Van Gisbergen showed the nose and went through at turn 2. Pretty textbook stuff. Luffy just elbowed out wide just a tad. Now, this is Austin Cindric straight out of pit lane with a red Ferrari in his rear view mirrors. Watch what happens at turn 2. Never cease to amaze the level of feistiness in the racing early on. And the Bentley goes down the inside. David Russell with a move. Clark Quinn is in the Darrell Lee Sticks McLaren. Did a 2:02.5 yesterday, the former Australian GT champion, and he's now running side by side with Austin Cindric.
Last of the late breakers into turn 2 at Griffin's Bend. I'm impressed that McLaren could steer with the grunt of the Mercedes. He goes all the way around. Can he get it to the apex? He can. That's an audacious manoeuvre. Just showing how nimble that McLaren is. And now he's off in hot pursuit of where the action is. And as ever, it tends to be just congregating on the top of the mountain. Shane, we'll get back to you in a second. This is the second place car. Warren Love has put it in the wall, and there's big damage to the left-hand side of the McLaren. He's just come up through the Audi cutting, and he's not going to get very much further. The safety car will be on standby, but that car is out of contention for the lead, and that has been a big hit to the left-hand side. Crazy. What has happened there for Warren Love chasing Shane Van Gisbergen for the lead?
Massive dramas, and the car stopped, and he cannot believe it. Disaster for the car in second place. Such a strong opening stint, stopped at the top of Forest's elbow.
Rear left wheel tucked under, I'm afraid, and no trouble too.
Oh, this is one of the Audis. That's the 9 car, is this?
It's the
No,
9.
that's one of the Jamek Pem
74.
It's the
74. 6th place car, second and 6th.
This
And
car
that's
ran
right
second
there.
early on, and it's got massive damage to the right rear corner.
Now that looks like a tyre sled. It does. That looks like very similar to what we saw with the Mark Cars Australia right rear tyre. I don't think that's been contact with someone else. I stand to be corrected on that as many times I am.
It looks exactly that, John.
So
High
big
drama.
and 2 favourites. You've got to say the Jamek Pem cars been fast when they've needed to be all weekend, and the objective car running in second position. That means Guy Smith is up to second, Rick Kelly in the Nismo GTR to third, Thomas Jaeger in the Erebus Motorsport Mercedes-Benz to fourth, and rounding up the top 5, Matt Halliday.
There'll be structural damage underneath that, the right rear corner for the Jamek Pem car. It's Marco Mappelli, the younger taking behind the wheel. So impressive, the opening stint of the motor race. Damage to the right rear of this car. Warren Luff, they were running so well, was just stroking that car along, following Shane Van Gisbergen, not driving it too hard. And what we understand, he's whacked the wall out of the dipper. We don't know what's happened to car 74's bites. It bites hard, and that's a very nice look that Audi probably would prefer you not to see of the...
Definite 2 impacts there. Thud and thud. I reckon he caught the right-hand side with the front and then pushed himself into the left drilsy there, and that's what did all the damage.
Big impact, big entry speed as you run down the hill. It's not a massively fast corner, but the walls are very, very close. You could hear the screech of tyres as he realised he was going in a little bit too quickly. It shouldn't be that difficult, but it really is, just trying to clear these cars.
There was a little touch there, the 33 Mercedes-Benz just running into the Audi ahead of it. No harm, no foul though. The 30
very capable racing car driver, but the boss of McLaren GT globally. Steve Hallett, former McLaren Formula 1 team boss. We'll come back to that because there's 2 cars in the fence at the elbow, the top of Conrod Straight. One of them, the Donut King, Mark Cars Australia Ford Focus. The other, the Pat Val Porsche.
Yeah, it's the 2 confectionery cars that have got together again. Mark Griffith in the 54 with a little bit of unburnt fuel underneath there. Don't worry about that, that's where the exhaust comes out. It looks much worse than it is, but that car is not moving anywhere at the moment. Who was in the Pat Val car, guys?
But the Porsche was dropping a lot of fluid, an awful lot of fluid. It's a 69 car, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That would be...
That's Alex Osborne that will be eligible to come here and have their go on the mountain as well. Side-by-side action, that's what it continues, and it does! Oh, you could see that coming from a mile off. You could have been at the end of the Hubble Space Telescope and still known what was going to go on there. And the 37 car gets turned around. Tony Quinn in 5th position, and again it's the Lamborghini that's involved in it. Crazy, that's avoidable. That does not need to happen.
No, very silly, and that will bring out a safety car because Tony will struggle to get that car off the big curb on the inside at Griffin's Bend. ABS Racing Lamborghini looks down the inside.
Is he there?
It's a long way up the inside, John. Long way up the inside.
Mercedes-Benz making a move as well. Thomas Jaeger got a really good restart in the traffic behind, and it's side by side for the lead of the mountain straight. Who's got the ponies? It's the aerodynamics of the McLaren against the heft and the V8 turbocharged power of the Bentley. Smithy's got the line. If he can brake later, he's pulling ahead. Very, very close indeed, and here comes Thomas Jaeger as well. He's right in the mix.
It's not Jaeger, that's Engel. That's Engel who's further down. Jaeger is just a little way further back. The car we should be looking for is the red Audi with the white Nissan.
Looks all good here. Perez forcing the Bentley to the inside. Smithy going in a bit deep, I reckon, there. Yeah, he did, and went wide, and here's Perez's chance. I think he's ahead there. I think he actually takes the lead for about 20-30 metres. Yeah, he has done, but
now
watch for the Bentley.
Here it goes.
Hello, I'm Bentley. That is such a stately progression, isn't it? Up mountain.
It looks like it's going 60.
I think Bentley is making a very big hole in the air, so big that you can barely see the McLaren when you look at it straight on. Oh, something in the road there. The Perez had to dive to the left. Yes, it's a bit. That's going to be a bit of Bentley bumper. We're going to have another full course caution here. That is the right front fender or wing of the 31 car from Suchek's. It's gone missing. What a brilliant piece of avoidance by Perez there as he just jigged to the left and right. How stable are these cars until it nearly clicks? Welcome back to Mount Panorama, and it's been a clash of the sweet products sponsored machines up on the mountain. Remarkably, these cars have been together a couple of times already. The Donut King machine just going a little bit wide and getting absolutely nailed by Alex Asborn in the part valve, the patisserie Valerie Porsche, both ending up in the tyres at Forest Elbow. Big damage to the Porsche, both the radiators and the front suspension. Oh, that is such bad luck. I'm not sure that the 54 car Quilty was doing very much wrong there. Mark Griffiths just having to modify his line because of the cars ahead of him.
Homer Simpson's worst nightmare, that scenario, isn't it? So, two cars in the fence, they're limping back to pit lane and have both got there, but with damage, and that Porsche was fourth in Class B at the time of that impact.
I'll tell you what, guys, the Techno boys were licking their chops when they saw two cars in the fence. Everyone leapt to action. Alvaro Parente grabbed his seat insert.
Caldex, Jason Andrew now trying to make up some time, but he's off.
More trouble.
Oh, and is this another puncture? 74 car. It is. It's
75
another,
is the
75,
sister car.
the sister car, and it's another right rear, is it? There's certainly bodywork rubbing there. That'll be contact early in the lap, and that's rubbing onto the Pirelli right rear, and that is folded under. This is not really sensible driving by guys here when we've still got well over 9.5 hours to run.
Steve McLaughlin behind the wheel. He is Mr. Jamek Bem has put this outfit together. They're only 3 years old. They built a very impressive little race car team headed up by Troy Russell down at Melbourne Performance, and a bit of debris down at turn 1.
That may well be the scene of the crime. Call me a detective and all of that, but now he's lost the tyre. He's lost the tyre, and that was inevitable at the speed he was driving. And the right rear has gone. This time, we know that it's been caused by contact and bodywork rubbing. That's the third right rear Pirelli we've seen more. But this one, at least, we know that there has been some.
And so, a race win for Cesar Ramos, Christopher Mies and Lawrence Van Tor. Pro Cup Championship honours as well for Lawrence Van Tor in what has proved to be a fantastic season. Once again, the Blancpain Endurance Series has given some great racing. From David Addison, for John Watson and Jack Nichols, we'll see you next year for more drama in 2015. Bye-bye.